What's going on, everyone? Jim here, RCAD, doing a little unboxing for you guys and gals today. Team Losi SCTE 10 3.0 4x4 stadium truck. Brand new vehicle for myself. I received this for Christmas 2020, and I received this from my mother and my brother. They teamed up and pooled their money together and got me this nice little gift here. Very much appreciated those guys. Awesome little vehicle here. So not much to see on the box. I know this vehicle has been out for a few years. Basically, we just have what's on the cover here. Nothing really on the sides other than the Team Losi 10 SCTE logos on either side. Nothing on the base of the box, but we have our little bit of information up here. It's the only spot on the box other than the very back that has any kind of writing on it. Age recommendation, not for children under 14 years. This is not a toy, blah, 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 a bunch of different languages. Required to complete your assembly tools, 2-channel radio receiver, electronic speed control, 540 or 550 size motor, preferably brushless, pinion gear, steering servo, 1/10 scale short course tires and inserts, battery pack charger, polycarbonate paint, and RC tire glue. So it did not come with tires, and it doesn't have any of the electronics or any of that other good nonsense. Basically just have the chassis, all the guts, and the body, and that's pretty much it. Horizon Hobby LLC, 4105 Fieldstone Road, Champaign, Illinois, USA. And there's the rest of our nonsense there. Engineered in California. But I'm sure it's got stuff in here that's going to cause cancer in California. Right here. This product contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. Although it was engineered in California. Looking at the back of the box, same thing here in a bunch of different languages. We have center drive line adjustability. Now what that means is our motor can be shifted from being straight on horizontal to slightly cocked on an angle, and that affects your power transfer from front to rear on the vehicle. The motor and center diff can be mounted at an angle or in line with the chassis, allowing adjustment of the power bleed between the front and rear drivetrain. With them mounted at an angle, the power bleeds evenly front to rear, and the truck will drive out of the turns much harder from point to point. With the motor mounted in line, the power bleeds more to the rear, giving the truck a more aggressive on-power steering. So what it's basically saying is if you have that motor sitting in here horizontal, nice and straight, it's going to bleed the power a little bit more to the rear. And if you put it in here on a slight angle, it's going to be more 50-50 between the front and rear. So that's kind of handy. A 22 TM platform shock, so there's a look at our aluminum shocks there. Gen 2 platform shock reduces overall weight and lower center of gravity. Machined shock internals, X-rings, TICN shock shafts, and aluminum leader caps provide a smoother, more consistent shock. The truck lands better, jumps better, corners quicker, and has a lighter, more nimble feel. Dog bone center drive. The center dog bones provide less friction than CVA type drive shafts, allowing for an easier front to rear power transfer. This smooths out changes in power delivery, making the truck easier to drive, apparently. Popular tuning parts included. Many parts that were considered options on the 2.0 kit come standard with this kit. This kit includes a chassis that is 3 millimeters shorter, the 22 platform shocks, a dog bone center drive line, 15-degree caster blocks, hard anodized aluminum suspension balls, a 2.3 millimeter thick front sway bar, lightweight outdrives, and adjustable aluminum front and rear pivots. And that's basically all that it says on the back of the box, other than in a bunch of different languages. You can definitely get a lot more information about the vehicle if you go to Horizon Hobby's website or A-Main Hobby's website. All kinds of information there on the vehicle itself. Let's go ahead here and crack this baby open and see what she looks like on the inside. I already got a little bit ahead of myself during the Christmas unwrapping. We'll get all this stuff peeled off of here right quick. Everybody loves opening up something new. I know I sure do. Excuse the lighting and all that other good nonsense, everybody, in the middle of winter here. December 26th. Plastic removed off of her. We're just going to go ahead here and cut our tape on our box. Kids, be careful of razor knives. Have your parents do this so you don't hurt yourselves. Alright, the seal has been broken. And here's what we got going on the inside of the box. Really nothing to speak of as far as dividers and things inside the box. They had all these parts just kind of piled up underneath the body itself inside the box. Taking a look at the body, very nice looking truck body, that is for darn sure. All cut out and ready to go. So no worries about messing up on your edges or anything like that. She is ready to rock and just needs a coat of paint. There is a peek at our shell. Pretty wide too, all in all things considered. Very wide body. A lot wider than what I was expecting. That's what she said. Our body out of the way, looking at the rest of our parts bags and things of that nature. We have our #1 bag right here with our Team Losi Racing stickers, antenna tube, some other little odds and end pieces down in there, and our manual. We have bag A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and here's our optional tuning part bag here, which seems pretty minuscule. Just taking a look at it here. Looking at part bag A, what do we got going on in here? Got some bearings. Looks like a center chassis support possibly. Aluminum bushing. And that appears to be a slipper clutch spring of sorts. Bag B. Yeah, tough to see through bag B. I see some differential cases right there. Some wheel hexes right there. Looks like a diff basket right down there. So yeah, there's a peek at bag B. A few O-rings inside here. Bag C. More parts. Looks like we have some carbon fiber shock towers there. Some tie rod ends down here. More tie rod ends. There's a front bumper right there. And that is a peek at bag C. Bag D. That looks like our center diff. There's a little diff basket. Some friction material right there. So I imagine bag D is all diff parts. Bag E. Bag E. That's a baggie. It's a big baggie, alright. Taking a look at that. Warning. Choking hazards. I see another diff basket, it looks like right there. I don't know how many diff baskets this thing has, but that looks like the third one so far that I've seen. Some more carbon fiber shock towers right down here, I believe. Bag F. That's a big bag right there, bag F. We have our uprights right there. Some aluminum goodies. A bunch of plastic stuff in here. Our A-arms, upper and lower A-arms. Who knows what all else in here. Taking a look at our chassis plate. TLR, Team Losi Racing. Nice aluminum chassis plate. Have to take it easy on this baby. I don't want to bend it up too quick. Yeah, that's a nice looking chassis though. Moving on to bag G here. SCTE 3.0 race kit. See some O-rings, all kinds of O-rings in there. Our shock bodies. Right there is a little bleeder screw at the top. That is very cool. Very convenient right there. That is for sure. It definitely takes a lot of the legwork out of bleeding your shocks. All our shock springs on the back. Little bits of hardware here and there. And finally, bag H, which is a huge bag. More plastic nonsense in here. Looks like some Nerf bars or something hanging off the side in here. Right there. Tough to see on camera. I'm sorry about that. Also some wheels in here as well. So the vehicle comes with wheels, doesn't come with tires. And once again, you have to supply all your own electronics like you would with any other typical kit. And the motor and all that other good nonsense. So other things that we need to do. Inside of the box, once again, no dividers or anything, just had all the parts stacked up here in the middle, basically looking like this. All our parts just stacked up in the middle, and our body sitting over top of it. And this is exactly how it looks right here, boys and girls. Nothing fancy going on, just our body sitting in the box with all our parts lined up underneath it. Only thing fancy going on in here is the truck itself. And there we have it. She's all boxed up and ready to rock. Next thing to do is to start working on our build series. Can't wait to get around to doing that. Still need to get tires, still need to get a motor, still need to get paint. So that's a little bit of waiting time before I start working on it. But I'm still pretty geeked up about it. Not my first short course truck, not my first stadium truck. I've had several of these throughout history. First one for the channel, but not the first for me. My first one was actually a Team Losi JRXT, and I received that for Christmas about 20 years ago. Possibly longer, whenever the first JRXTs came out. It was the one that had the bright orange wheels on it. I'm sure a lot of you remember the original JRXTs with the bright orange plastic wheels. But I got that for Christmas about 20-some years ago, and kind of ironic that I'm getting another one for Christmas, and I really can't wait to get this thing put together. Normally a crawler channel, more or less. I deal with a lot of different RC cars, but mainly crawlers for the most part. But this is going to be the first stadium truck for the channel. And once again, can't wait to get this thing put together and see what it's all about. So that's going to do it, everyone. Very much appreciate it for y'all sticking around and watching the video, and we will see you on the next one.